at almost zero because we were just wiped out by COVID. But we've just rebuilt it.
Meet Lisa Turner. She's a 5-time published author and founder of CETfreedom. She supports visionary leaders driven to enhance the world with their brilliance and genius.
I am much more about quality than quantity, and that's quality of what I deliver and quality of the people that I work with.
She developed Conscious Emotional Transformation, CET, a method transforming emotional pain into strength, inspired by overcoming her own 5-year captivity as a teen.
The main one that we're using at the moment is our cycle of transcendent awakening. And this tells people where they are in their journey to being a truly transcendent, awakened leader. I only take about 2 to 3 clients a year, one-to-one, and that is £10,000 a month.
What is that actually? 2,400 times 24 is another 60K.
I mean, typically our numbers are, we have multiple 6 figures a month.
Welcome Lisa Turner to the show. Lisa is a 5-time published author and founder of the CETfreedom, supporting visionary leaders driven to enhance the world with their brilliance and genius. She developed the CET, which is called the Conscious Emotional Transformation Method, which helps emotional pain to change emotional pain into strength. And yeah, would love to double click on that. Lisa, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Yes. Let's start off with, what's your mission on this planet?
To change everything, to raise consciousness, to support wise, visionary leaders so that they can get their mission out and live their purpose without fear.
Got it. What did you do before, like in your previous life? And then what inflection point made you start your business?
Yeah, so there's kind of probably the inflection point actually started before anyway, so I'll explain. So I used to be a scientist and engineer. I have the doctor part of my title refers to a PhD that I have in mathematical modeling and aeroacoustics, which is hard sums about noisy fans, not very exciting. But what it did do is it gives me the ability to spot patterns in the chaos and understand the scientific method and empirical evidence. So, but prior to that, and probably why I ended up being in engineering, I was actually, it was a bit of not a great story, but I was trafficked as a child by a pedophile ring, ended up being kept as a virtual house prisoner for just under 5 years from the age of 15 to 20. Eventually I did escape, and I was clearly, as you would imagine, had a fair amount of trauma. I tried doing the engineering because I thought, no emotions there. It's nice and rational and I'll just get on with my life and do that. And, flashbacks, whole PTSD, agoraphobia, everything kicked in. Started to go to therapy, and I found and I tried all sorts of therapy, like from the wild and wacky esoteric to the, really like serious, let's do drugs and stuff like the, the kind of psychotherapy, psychology, psychiatry. And I found 2 really disempowering narratives. One narrative was, just let it go and it'll be fine. Just think happy, just stay positive. And I think we can, that clearly doesn't work. It doesn't work for real trauma. And the other one was, well, you'll never be able to get rid of it. You just have to learn to cope with it. And both of these narratives I found were so disempowering that I set on a path to find a method, something else that worked. And that's how I came across, the conscious emotional transformation methodology evolved from that.
Very clear. Let's talk about today. It's good transition. So what would a typical client of yours, or like what's the core offer that someone would buy from you?
Sorry, say that again. What's the
core offer that someone would buy from you? Like what's behind the CET? Is it an on-demand course? It's a group coaching, one-on-one, done with you, done for you? How does it work?
Yeah. So the core offer is CET, which is packaged in various ways. So we have our monthly membership, which is just 97 quid a month, and we have a few thousand people in our community who get a couple of calls a month, and it is predominantly live with some pre-recording stuff. We also have our much more intensive 6 to 7 week group coaching program where they also get some one-to-one. Then we have what I call my Transcendence Collective. And this is for the visionary leaders who know that they want customized, tailor-made program that programs that enable them, because this isn't just about releasing the baggage from the past. It's not just about clearing blocks and things. It's actually about rapid and like high level and rapid growth and evolution of somebody's personal effectiveness and journey. And we also, like, in that, there's an awful lot of esoterics and spiritual awakening work, stuff that actually works as opposed to just pretending to work.
Let me double click on price points real quick. So where does it start on the low end? Is it 197 quid? So let's say $120 a month, up to, like, what's the high end?
Yeah. So the membership is £97 a month. It's 120. The 6-week program is £2,000. So I don't know, just under 2,400 like that dollars. The Transcendence Collective is $2,000 a month, and then they can get a discount if they sign up for a year. Then I also do some, but very few. I only take about 2 to 3 clients a year, 1-to-1, and that is £10,000 a month.
That is amazing. Okay, very good. Real quick before I move on, if I were to interview your clients, what specific value in your offering do they rave most about?
The thing they mostly say is that makes perfect sense. They are frequently utterly astonished by the fact that they're just not triggered, or they are able to do things that they have never done before, been able to do before. So typically it's their own personal growth that they rave about the most. And we have a measurement technique in our process. So what we do is we get people to self-assess. So it's just self-assessed the intensity of any negative emotional resistance before the process, and then after. And we typically get about 95 to 96% of people go from 8 or above with their emotional charge to 2 to 0.
Nice. Very good.
And that's permanent. That doesn't relapse.
What tools do you use to deliver the value to your customers?
Yes, I predominantly it's conscious emotional transformation with a range of other esoteric and personal development tools. So I'm a certified trainer of NLP, timeline therapy, hypnosis. So I will use all of those. I'm a trainer in meditation. I'm a trainer of Tantra. So I'll use esoteric energy techniques. I'm also a trainer in neuroplasticity and neurogrowth techniques and transcendence techniques. So one of the things that people frequently talk about is how productive they are after working, being on one of our programs.
And real quick, like, does it happen in person? Is it done through Zoom? Through like what like, let's say, tech tools do you use?
Yes, predominantly. So we have our members area. Depending on the level, it works in different areas. But predominantly, it is either through Zoom. We do live in-person retreats as well. Sometimes people come and meet me personally, and we because I live down here in Cornwall, so sometimes we connect personally. But because I have clients all over the world, and I just never wanted geography to be a barrier. So and Zoom, and the telephone. The electric speaking engine.
What is the telephone? Kidding. Take me on a timeline. When did you launch the business as is today with the current offer stack?
So this current offer stack, we've been around for about 3 years now, but previously we've had very different offers and different brandings to the business. So I've been doing this for over 20 years now.
Let's talk about success. How many paying customers do you have today in a typical month?
In a typical month, we would have, and again, it depends on the level. So in our community, we have about 3,000. In our sort of higher level program, so I only take 3 maximum 1-to-1 at any one time. So within a year. On our group programs, we cap it. So we typically have a waiting list. So in the Transcendence Collective, we keep that at 24, so no more than that. And in the set group 6-week group program, we would typically take around anything from 12 to 24 is not uncommon. And what we do is when we get enough, we just open up another program and we just use one of the trained coaches to deliver it.
If you think the creator economy is really interesting, then I got something for you. On milliondollartraders.club, we actually created a database of all the creators out there, and you see not just their fans, followers, subscribers, but actually how much money are they making. So with that, we bring now transparency into the creator economy, and you really see how the best of the best get their customers price their offers, create their offer stack, get customers, which tools are they using, how will they grow and triple their business going forward. So if that's interesting for you, including lists of who makes the most revenue, who has the fastest revenue growth, who has the biggest audience, who has the fastest growing audience, who makes the most revenue per follower, and who has the most exciting offer stack from low end all the way to the high end, then go to $1 Million Creator Stuff Club and enjoy the data. Clear. Let me try. I love to do the numbers. Let's see if I can get it. I try to do it in dollars. $12,000 on a one-on-one times 3 is 36K. Then 24 on the collective. The collective is $2,400 a month in dollars. That is what is that actually? 2,400 times 24. There's another 60K.
I have a PhD in maths, but I still need my calculator. So if I'm going to do it in dollars, so 24. What do we do? So it's, I mean, typically our numbers are, we have multiple six figures a month.
Yeah, nice. Like really good, like 200, 250 or 300.
I mean, because we're very cyclical, very seasonal. We find January, February, March, that's when we get loads of our clients. And again, September, October, November, this time of year, it's a little bit quieter. I think people are off having holidays. And what we find is two things that happen at Christmas. They're sitting around, they've eaten their turkey, they're with their family, and then they realize one of two things: either they hate their family or they hate their job. And then they come to us.
Got it. Okay, so let's say it oscillates from, I don't know, 100K to 300K, depending on the season.
Yeah, that'd be about right.
And that's like in pounds even.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Really good. And most of it is even recurring, right? Because the one-on-one is recurring, the collective, the 6-week thing, not really, but I think the majority is kind of like has a recurring nature, right?
Yeah, but because we give like little bonuses and stuff when people pay in full, we do get a lot of people do just decide to pay for the whole year.
Okay. If you know, to understand growth a bit, if you look back a year, like how's the business ramped up year on year, and especially like a year ago? Was it the same or like much smaller?
Oh, it was much smaller because we were really hit hard by COVID. To be very, very frank, that we used to be an events-based business. So we would run a 3-day event. We would do that twice a year and we get all our income. And then of course in COVID, we couldn't do that. So it's taken us a while to really build ourselves back up and find new routes to market and new ways of doing that. So if you would look like 3.5 years ago, we were at almost zero because we were just wiped out by COVID. But we've just rebuilt it. Like we're like the phoenix, you know.
And last year, like half of it, likely, right? Like, so let's say.
I'd say that. Yeah, probably less than half last year. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, very cool. Really, really good. You said earlier, like, let's talk about costs, right? The cost side of the business. How big is the team? And what are like the big items on the cost side that
Yeah, so our biggest costs are probably our team and what we pay our coaches and our ops team behind the scenes. So, but it's still relatively low. So we'd be around. And again, depends what we're doing. If we're in a cycle where we're running a big launch or something, but anywhere between sort of 10,000 a month expenses to maybe 14 to 16, depending on what's going on.
And how does it translate into people? That sounds like 5 people or something like that.
Well, because we have teams, and like I might have one person who works with me. I don't employ anyone. We have I outsource everything. I was like, in the UK, we have very strict employment laws, and you don't really employ people. You pretty much adopt them, and then so I just didn't want to be that many people's mums. So I outsource it to contract teams. And we have very close relationships with our teams. They are part of the business and they're very integral. And we have a really, they are really, I don't like the word family because family is different. Like, a business, you don't ever sack your family, but we have a very close, joyful team. And so we have our marketing team, we have the sales team, we have the coaching team, we have the ops team. And then we've got
it sounds like more like 40 people.
Do you know what? We probably do. It's probably not 40, but it's probably getting on for about 15, like 16, something like that. And then I wouldn't speak to that many people. So I speak to 2 people in the marketing team, 2 people in the ops team. I speak to most of the coaches because I work very closely with them. I speak to my PR agent who does, gets me on the telly.
Before we continue, there's one favor I would like to ask. If you enjoy what we do here and you enjoy the guests that we bring, please join $1 Million Creators by hitting the subscribe button. And if you do, I'll make you a deal. I do everything in my power to make this show bigger and better for you. Do we have a deal? Enjoy the show.
Let's talk about customer acquisition, lead generation. How do you get eyeballs awareness about your offers, especially as you have currently an audience of like 16K, which is for the amount of revenue that you're doing, is an amazing revenue per follower. So how do you get awareness about your?
Yeah. So what we do is so people take a quiz. And we've actually got about I'm the queen of quizzes. I just love a quiz. And so I just keep building more. And we've got several that perform really well. The main one that we're using at the moment is our cycle of transcendent awakening. And this tells people where they are in their journey to being a truly transcendent awakened leader. So they take the quiz based on where they are. They'll get a different follow-up sequence and different offers are made to them. And they either join the community, they sign up for the 6-week program, or they might book a one-to-one, a sales call, a coaching call with, we call it a transcendent insight session. And based on that, we'll recommend them. If I really like them and they it's not just if I like them, but if I know there's somebody I can really work with and add amazing value, we might offer one-to-one, or they'll join the collective.
How do you get people to the quiz? Is it like Instagram organic content, or how do you drive people to the quizzes?
So combination of things. We use ads, which perform unbelievably well. We get leads from Facebook ads at about anything from 20 pence to 40 pence a lead. If it goes up to 50, it's like, what's going on? So, which is pretty good.
Right. Yes, amazing.
And then we find that people need anything from about a 6-week to a 12-week kind of nurturing phase. They'll probably join our community, join one of our groups. They're on our email list, and they'll watch some of our videos. They'll join some of the live videos that I or the team do. And because we work in a very different way to a lot of regular spiritual development and coaching models, and it takes people a while to get their head around how we work so differently.
Let's talk about the future. Can you triple the business actually? So let's say 250K on average dollars per month. Triple would be 750. That's a 10 million annual run rate. And if yes, what's your tactic will get you there to drive that growth?
Oh, see, I'm not hugely into. I don't know that I have one. I'll be really transparent. I don't know that I have one at this stage because I am much more about quality than quantity, and that's quality of what I deliver and quality of the people that I work with. And that in no way says that some people are higher quality than others. What it's all about is who can I deliver the most value to, and who is a great fit for our way of working. And I'm also very much about like my personal lifestyle as well. So I'm just looking to sort of keep going as we are for the moment.
What's the biggest thing holding you back personally from the next level up?
Biggest thing holding me back personally? I think it is always the complexity of running a large team and getting everyone to communicate with each other rather than always asking Lisa. I think it's that. That's probably
that makes sense.
Yeah.
What's the biggest potential channel to drive, let's say, massive growth, or to get better quality, like better people that you're looking for?
Well, I find the thing that works best for us is my books. And that's why we have a cycle of writing a new book about every 1 to 2 years. And my next one is just about to come out. It's called Our Conscious Tipping Point, and it's all about how we as a species are about to evolve to the next level of our entire society and culture,
right?
And who we need to be as individuals to both facilitate that and handle the change.
Next section is called Favorite 5, fast-paced section. You can answer in one word. What's your favorite book or business book?
Oh God, probably Urban Shaman.
What's your favorite way to get inspiration or to learn and grow?
Favorite to get in, Is it a book or a podcast you're after? What do you have? Like my favorite
way, like could be
favorite
anything.
way. Do you know what? Going for a swim in the ocean.
Okay. What's your favorite person that you are studying, your role model?
Elizabeth Purvis.
What is your favorite event or conference that you have attended or would love to attend?
Probably one woman conference that's run by Joanna Martin in London.
What's your favorite online tool for building your company?
Online tool for building a company. Probably Score app.
Score app?
Yeah, Score app that I'd use for my quizzes.
Uh-huh.
Or I'm into ChatGPT as well right now.
Okay. Score app, how do you spell that?
Oh God, ask the dyslexic. SCOREAPP. I can get you the. I can probably get you the URL at some point.
No, it's all good. So good. Okay. What's your favorite city or place that you would love to move to?
I live in my dream place. I live in Cornwall. So I have wanted to live in Cornwall for years, and we live in Cornwall. So.
Nice. What's the biggest thing on your mind?
Oh, biggest thing on my mind is the future of the planet.
Deep. Okay. Personal section. How many hours do you work per week?
It depends on the week, depends on what's going on, but anything from 20 hours to maybe, I mean, I might work 40, 45. If I'm writing a book, like you can't stop me writing my books. I'll just be in there doing it.
How many hours do you sleep per night?
About 6.5 to 7.
And what's the situation? Married, single, any kids?
I am married. I have one daughter and 2 grandbabies, and my latest grandbaby is only 4 weeks old.
Congratulations. What is your age?
I am, what am I, 55.
Final question. We also want to give some advice to the audience. If you could go back in time and have a conversation with your 20-year-old self, what's the best piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
Oh gosh, my 20-year-old self. Do you know what would actually probably be like my 20-year-old self? I had just escaped from being a house prisoner. I would go back and say, it is going to be okay. It is going to be okay. You will get through this. Given that like 20 years old I escaped just before my 20th birthday.
Wow. This is Lisa Turner. She escaped home prison, which was a horrible, horrible story to begin with, but then actually built now a 7-figure business out of this. And she now is empowering people out there to deal with trauma in a way where she even quantified the impact through a system that she's built out, that they now can actually cope with that much better. And her clients are most astonished about the rapid growth that they're having on a personal level. You can work with her. It starts all the way from $120 per month up to a one-on-one with her, which is about 12K or 10K British pounds. And she is certified all the way from NLP, hypnosis, meditation, tantra to get the job done in person and also wherever you are in the world. There's more than 2,000 people right now working with her. And it's a decent mid-7-figure business with that has scaled from almost nothing 3 years ago. The team is leveraging contractors a lot in order to drive impact to the customers. She's running paid ads to build up the new customers, and just does all of that with just an audience of 16,000 at this point, mainly from the UK, USA, and Canada. And a couple of things that are also like driving traffic is books. So every 1 or 2 years she's writing a book. And the thing that's always difficult is managing a large team and making them effective in delivering value to the customer. Thank you so much, Lisa, for sharing your passion and taking us to the next level.
Thank you.